Millions of years ago, before history began, a hidden empire rose from shadow. They were known only as the Black Sorcerers. They bent fire, bone, and blood to their will, wielding powers that should not have existed. At their head stood a ruler, a man feared as more than human. To rule, he demanded more than loyalty. He demanded sacrifice. They inscribed their spells into stone, believing the earth itself would obey.
They called upon forces not of this world. And their power was fed by blood.
To the people, this was proof. Their ruler commanded the very storm.
But the empire of the Black Sorcerers would not last, for what they summoned would one day destroy them. Under their command, humans labored endlessly, building monuments for gods unseen.
They claimed to see the future in mirrors of stone and water.
And at the center, the Sorcerer King, who ruled with visions no mortal could defy.
They turned earth and seed into weapons of plenty, bending nature itself.
With their power, the empire spread. No tribe, no kingdom could stand against them. But every conquest fed their altars, and the idols demanded more.
Among the people, fear grew. Some whispered of rebellion, but rebellion meant death.
Their rituals shaped flame into forms, creatures that slithered in smoke and shadow. They marked the skies with omens, each one a warning ignored. Yet even as he gazed upon the heavens, a darkness greater than his own power stirred. Their monuments rose higher than mountains, carved not for men, but for gods of shadow. They etched spells into stone itself, words meant never to fade. They claimed to command the spirits of beasts, binding them to their will. Alchemy, the fusion of life and death, earth and fire. Their craft was beyond mortal knowledge. They reshaped flesh, twisting men into servants more beasts than human. The empire fed on conquest, and every conquest fed their dark hunger. They preserved forbidden knowledge, scriptures that men were never meant to read. They bent the sky to their command, summoning storms as weapons. Yet among the people, whispers grew that the sorcerer's power was not divine, but cursed. And as the skies split, the first fracture in their reign appeared. The earth itself began to sicken beneath their rule.
Even the rivers turned against life.
And in the shadows, hope for rebellion began to stir. Their own servants sickened, as if the magic consumed them from within. The king himself began to see things he could not control.
Their monuments began to betray them, as if rejecting the power carved within.
The heavens themselves raged.
Among the broken, courage was born.
Their pride called forth things even they could not command. The empire trembled, and its king felt, for the first time. At last, the people prepared for war.
Across valleys and rivers, the call spread. For the first time, fear entered their rituals. Men, women, and children, united as one, rose against their masters. The sorcerers struck back with the fury of the elements. But nature itself betrayed the sorcerers and gave courage to the people.
First blood was spilled. Yet the king's power was not yet broken. Still, they fought for freedom, for vengeance. The storm had come. The empire of shadows trembled beneath it. The walls of shadow were breached. Greed turned brother against brother.
The empire itself crumbled.
Their secrets burned. Centuries of dark power erased.
The masters were left to die alone.
And still, he clung to his throne.
He became more shadow than man. The last march had begun.
Fear nearly broke them. But nature itself still struck against him.
Together, they chose courage over fear. Still, his wrath tore them apart.
But fire, their last weapon, found its mark.
And the throne began to fall. The empire crumbled with him. His shadow was no more.
Morning came over a broken empire.
Few remained, scarred, but free.
They swore to bury the shadows forever.
But fragments of darkness endured.
Life began again, from the ruins.
And the story of his fall became legend.
But some still sought the forbidden.
The darkness was not gone.
The world moved on, though scarred forever.
And in whispers, his empire waits.